Is that a freaking cowboy joke? Because it's 10 to 10. Which is the old cowboy kind of... Old cowboy films used to start with the 10 to 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 10 music all the time. It's not 420. It's not. It's 10 to 10. That's what it is. It's 12 minutes to 10. Yeah, I suppose that the joke doesn't work like that then, does it? Everyone keeps saying it's 420. It's not. It's straight up 12 minutes to 10. I'm sure everyone knows how to read an analog clock. Although apparently, according to some teachers, that skill is actually being lost. And people are legitimately losing the ability to read an analog clock. Half of my class can't read it. It's not that hard to read an analog clock. But at the same time, if no one taught you, of course you're not going to know how to do it. It always irritates me when people say, oh, it's common sense. There's not really any such thing. There is common knowledge, which is shared amongst the society that it's from, but unless someone actually shares it, it's when someone says, oh, everyone knows that, it's common knowledge. Not everyone knows that until you've taught it to someone. What I really, really dislike as well is when you get the boomers, and you see it on Facebook a lot, going, I want to put a Gen Z or a millennial in a room with a rotary phone and an old analog TV and tell them to program the VCR and see if they can order a pizza using the Yellow Pages books. And I'm thinking, okay, I want to put you in a room with a smartphone and see if you can do literally anything. You don't attack a generation who doesn't understand. What I also love is when you get parents going, oh, these kids are stupid, they don't know how to do anything. Okay, and whose fault is that, parents? Whose fault is it that the people you have raised don't know what they're doing? Why? It's always a great one when you get kind of the parents or the grandparents go, oh, these kids, they don't even know how to fix a car. Okay, did you teach them? Did you maybe sit down and help them learn this? Everyone's incredibly quick to blame people for not knowing stuff. And I love it when they go, oh, this generation, you're just the participation trophy generation. Who gave us the trophies? We weren't giving them out to ourselves. Most of us knew they were crap. We didn't want them. But there was a generation of people older than us who absolutely demanded that everyone get a participation trophy because they needed to parade their child around as a success. Yes. Also, people go, oh, no one did this for me. Okay, cool. Do you wish somebody had? Because you could be that person for somebody else. There seems to be this mentality of I suffered, so you should suffer. And that is the easiest and fastest way to keep endless suffering just cycling on and on and on. People often go, oh, it was more difficult back in my day. Good. I'm guessing what that means is you worked to make it less difficult for other people, so they get to reap the benefits of the effort that you've put in. Fantastic. That means that they will have other struggles to deal with and can help other people. I suffered, therefore you must suffer. The creed of people who do not like people having it easier than them. The creed of people who think that if they didn't have a bonus or an advantage, you shouldn't have a bonus or an advantage either. If I had to struggle to do something, and doing that allows someone else to, have it a little bit easier, fantastic. What? Now this is very important. People then think, oh, but these people who aren't struggling will just become soft and become really, stupid and become really ungrateful. No. They're still going to face challenges, just not the same ones you faced. They're still going to face difficulties, but not the same ones you faced. They are still going to learn self-reliance. They're still going to learn about, being self-sufficient. They're still going to learn about solving problems, but they might also at the same time learn about emotional vulnerability, emotional maturity, about compound interest within the joy and the goods of society. What they do can make someone else's life easier and better. They become well-adjusted to the challenge of living in a commune instead of, old and bitter like you became. That kind of stuff. I guess I'm just very passionate about wanting people to accept that have I just shot the wrong guy? I might have just shot the wrong guy. Like, I aimed at the right guy, but then the other enemy jumped in front of me. I just get very passionate about the fact that there's so much hate toward any generation, when if we could accept that all generations are skilled at some things and bad at others, and instead of hating the other people for it, let's work together. Someone even said, I think it was on Twitter, someone said, oh my god, Gen Z have worse DIY skills than their boomer grandparents. And I'm thinking, and the boomers have worse blacksmith skills than some 1600 AD Saxon blacksmith. What's the comparison here? Are you saying that a skill that is no longer necessarily needed, falling out of vogue, out of favor, out of fashion, that's not unusual? That's just how these things happen.